Words can create worlds. What makes for good writing? We'll find out today on Into the Words. Welcome to Into the Words. I'm your host, Mr. McGrath. Today we will look at an opinion piece to see how you can put together good opinion writing. And this is a great one here by McKay about Columbus Day in a Native America. Okay, now watch how she builds her case. What we're going to look at here is the heart of opinion writing, which is clearly stating your opinion and then having supporting evidence for it. Let's read McKay's Columbus Day in a Native America. Indigenous people were the real discoverers of America. Columbus Day should be replaced by Indigenous Peoples Day. Columbus took all of the credit for nothing. The states New Mexico, Maine, South Dakota, and Vermont have started switching from celebrating Columbus Day to celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day. Many other states are starting to change holidays as well. People are finally starting to realize how horribly horrible it was to think that Columbus was so heroic to find a beautiful country. The chairman of the Chippewa tribe of Indians believes that Indigenous Peoples Day is important because many people don't know the history. People are starting to realize that it was the Native Americans who first settled this country. Many indigenous people nowadays are protesting for the holiday change also. They want to bring attention to the fact that their ancestors might have had to move from home to escape the European people. They had to start over with crops, tools, log houses, or teepees. Some children and elderly people died or got severely sick or hurt for walking so long without stopping. Many people would also die from not enough food and no medical attention. The Cherokee Trail of Tears was a horrible example of this. It was caused by Americans wanting the Native Americans to disappear so they could settle on their land. Changing holidays would make up for all the mistaken credit, kind of like revenge in a way. One thing that it would make up for, besides the credit, would be the native language taken away from many Native Americans. Some schools run by the Bureau of Indian Affairs decided that Native American children should not speak their language at school. If they were caught using it, they would be punished and beaten. The change of holidays is certainly the best way to honor the original settlers of the United States of America. On Columbus Day, I will remind my family of the indigenous people so we can respect them on that day as well. All right, well, take a look at what McKay does here so well. And I hope when you hear her opinion, you're saying, well, I don't know, and I'm not sure I agree with that. And well, that's great. That's what a good opinion piece should do, is challenge you a little bit. So look at how she does it. She has a clear introduction that states exactly what her opinion is. She wants to replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day. Okay, and you actually do see a little movement here in our school district, Savannah, Georgia. We no longer have Columbus Day off as a holiday, although I believe it is still a federal holiday, like the libraries closed and no mail or garbage pickup that day. But our schools have been in session on Columbus Day, so we do see that this is part of a gravitational movement away from Columbus Day. And she's saying, hey, let's not just drop Columbus Day, let's replace it celebrating Indigenous people. And then first paragraph says exactly that this is a movement that's already underway, that some states have started making this change. Second paragraph says, hey, many Indigenous people want this, and she gives the reason why. The third paragraph says what this would do, the repair it would do, reparations of sort that it would help with in moving things back to a recognition of the true history of America. So this is her point, and then she has a clear conclusion here and applies it to herself, says that she's going to personally remind her family that that's what this day can be used to recognize. Okay, so for an effective opinion piece, if you're writing an email where you're asking somebody for something, or if you're writing a letter to the editor, or even just ask your mom if you can go outside, you want to make your opinion clear. Mom, can I go outside? You want to state the reasons why. I need some exercise and fresh air and vitamin D from sunlight. You want to give some good reasons and then have a clear conclusion. So, Mom, can I go out? It's good for me. You see, so even in everyday use and language and speaking and writing, we have to find a way to express our opinions with supporting evidence, and that's what McKay does here so well. I hope you learned something as much as I did, and I will see you next time here on Into the Words. Would you like your writing to be featured on Into the Words, young writer? Send it to jamie.mcgrath@sccpss.com.